All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Luck on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Luck. And the Broncos get there and take him down. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. So first and 10 now from the 30. On first down, Locke. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Hey, box truck.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Finds his rookie first rounder. It's Noah Fant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Down. 10-2 stop. I got it. Hey, orbit. Let's go.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
I'm coming. Get it.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie. It's Phillip Lindsay. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. He'll get this complete to Batson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down. Second-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos. Back deep is T.Y. Hilton.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
11. Let's get off the field, D. Mike 56, Mike.
A shotgun snap for Love. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Jones on the return. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Clock now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Locke. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Play action. Now it's Locke. He wants it all for the end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On 2nd and 7, Luck looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hines. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Hey, wahoo! 56 to Mike, boy.
Luck on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bluff. Caught left side by Hilton. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a give, right side. Hines. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hey, Charlie.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Throwing again on second down. Luck. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, arguably, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Jones on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go up.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And to the 40. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Draw play. This is Hines. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Well, the first play in the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance?
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Darius Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And the pressure gets to him again. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Flush to his right. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The sack by Marcus Hunt.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They run with a fullback now. This is Dan Vitale.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Locke to throw on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football, and at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. On first down, it's Locke. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So they decline it, and they choose to not give him that down back.
And I think that's the key to everything there. They didn't give up any yardage even on the completed pass. Don't give them an extra down in order to try and pick up a first.
56. Man, I got you. 11. 56.
To throw on second down is Locke. Ebron with it over the middle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Locke now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Again, Locke being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 10 more there and another first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a first and 10. Back to throw, Locke. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad.
Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Locke now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it first and 10. On first and 10, here's Locke. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Locke again here on second and 10. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. He will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position. A touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Now he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Hey, high 7.
Second and 10, Luck again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down. Andrew Luck, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago when he was comeback player of the year. And he needs nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw is Luck. Ebron caught left side. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
17 yards out.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
From the gun on third down, Luck. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup from the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Throwing is Luck. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
11.
Luck throwing again. Forced out to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a third and short. Third and 1. Here we go. Third and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now it's Luck. And he connects with Ebron. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. Finally a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up first and 10 at the 16. Ebron's got it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on first.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's third down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Luck. Toward the pylon, caught. 3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Second and goal from the 1. Luck. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw. Lock. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He can run for it, and he will. Apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Hey, Delta! Hurry, hurry!
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
The Broncos on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Tight end right.
Sit.
Lock to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it's going to be 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. And here come the whistles and a timeout. with 7 seconds left. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. This from long, very long range. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, befitting a tight game like this, it all came down to the wire, but in the end, the field goal to win, it goes begging.
Oh, man, that is a tough way to lose a football game. You put yourself in
Next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That's certain.